We're living in the age of UFO disclosure, guys. This is awesome. Congress mandated that UFO files should be turned over to the National Archives, and that has happened. So we have that and a lot more to talk about today. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, let's just dive right into it. This is from the National Archives. Records related to UAP at the National Archives. We have still pictures and photographs. We have moving images and sound UAP related records. We've got textual records and microfilm. And we've got National Archives blog posts and articles. There's, Blue Book. Okay, let's see. So far from what I've gone over, it's not super exciting, but, here's, the photos that they have released. Click to interact, okay? Yeah, that's a pretty good looking UFO, right? I like that UFO. I'm down with that UFO. Here we go. Here's another one. There's another UFO. And this item was produced or created in 1964. And access is unrestricted. Use is unrestricted. Let's see. It is not giving a whole lot of context to this particular event. If you're seeing it, let me know. But, it's pretty much just a photo. And when you go into the video section, motion picture films from the Army Library from 64 to 1980, access partially restricted, use possibly restricted. The following table represents the next level of records. When you actually click on one, you get not yet available. They don't all say that, but let's see, not yet available online. Summary. Let's see what the video would be about. C-141 aircraft on field. Band and FG soldiers of the 4th Battalion. They walk from the helicopter. Soldiers waiting on an airfield before boarding aircraft. Anyway, I'm not going to go through it all, but there you go. The archives have dropped. Some of them are still restricted for national security, quote unquote. But it is certainly intriguing. We now have some stuff that we didn't have before, and I will have to take the time to go through and see if there's anything juicy in there. As you've seen, there is at the very least some pretty good pictures. So hopefully we'll have some good video as well. And I really look forward to going through it. In other news, Dr. John Brandenburg says he had a UFO. I had a crashed UFO, but some people claiming to be from the government came and took it. I ain't lying. Okay, well, I'm not accusing you of lying. That's a big claim, though. If you had a UFO in your possession, I would think there'd be pictures and video. I guess they would have taken those too, though. It's another one of those claims that's hard to prove or disprove, but it's certainly a juicy idea. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is getting more and more in bed with the government. Elon Musk's secret $1.8 billion Starshield contract used by the Pentagon. From Reuters. Elon Musk's SpaceX is expanding a secretive satellite program called Starshield, used by the Pentagon as it quietly forges deeper links with U.S. intelligence and military agencies. The company secured a significant classified contract worth a staggering $1.2 billion with the U.S. government in 2021, emphasizing its increasing role as a vital national security partner. So I'm not sure how I feel about Elon Musk getting more in bed with the Pentagon. I don't really see that as a good development. I like the idea of there being independent space agencies that aren't going to be tainted by the cover-up. But it is what it is, and I guess we'll get more details about this new project, Starshield, in the days ahead. Why do I wish there were independent space agencies? Well, you have only to look at the testimony of Donna Hare and various others about the shenanigans that NASA has pulled, scrubbing out UFOs from videos and airbrushing them from photos. They have been covering stuff up for a long time. And what exactly are they covering up? How deep are they into all of this? Or do they just cover stuff up? Are they actively engaged? I don't know, but here's a picture of a bug on Mars. Or whatever that's supposed to be. Is this an example of NASA faking stuff? Well, they seem to have been caught doing that many times before, even resorting to using CGI to fake, astronauts floating in the space station, right? And various other shenanigans. Now, I fully believe there are astronauts in space, and they are in the space station. I don't know why they resort to CGI, seemingly, and I've shown some of those videos, and many others have as well. But yeah, here's one more example of potentially NASA faking, photos off-world. Speaking of Elon Musk announced that the first human implanted with Neuralink's brain chip has made a full recovery. The patient is able to control a mouse using only their thoughts. Incredible achievement. Yes, indeed, Sawyer Merritt. Yes, indeed, that is an incredible, kind of alarming achievement. But hopefully, this new device will enable people that are paralyzed or have disabilities to do things they couldn't have done otherwise. So it could really be a godsend for a lot of people. But I do worry about cyborging ourselves. But that does seem to be the wave of the future. Meanwhile, Danny Sheehan has an amazing story to tell Danny Jones and his audience. It's an incredible story from Skinwalker Ranch. I love Danny Sheehan. He says a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's all true. I don't know what his sources are exactly, but he has been in the biz for a long time. He's the lawyer of Lou Elizondo, and he was the lawyer of John Mack. I think in a previous video yesterday, I incorrectly said he was the lawyer for David Grush, but we all know the lawyer for David Grush is the IG, or the former IG. I just have Grush on the brain. But yeah, Danny Sheehan, former lawyer of the late John Mack, and the lawyer for Lou Elizondo. Again, he's been in this business for a long time. He has a lot of great contacts and a lot of great information. This is a more current story about events at Skinwalker Ranch. So let's give a listen.
And it had to do with this kind of portal that was like at the ranch. And that this portal had opened, and one of their people had seen this person, a big, tall, 7-foot tall being, that had big kind of shaggy hair. It looked almost like a Yeti kind of character. And Colin told me all about it, and so I went back out and was talking to Bigelow to see whether he wanted to do it, because what happened is Bigelow brought in a scientific team right away to try to see what it is that was going on here, to measure what was, and these two helicopters flew in. And landed and ordered the scientific team to get away. And they couldn't come to where this event took place. And the scientists kept saying, no, we're here from Mr. Bigelow. He owns this place. And they said, they don't care. Get the hell out of here. They were American guys.
Black helicopters?
They were unmarked helicopters, but they were just regular jumpsuits, all black jumpsuits, no insignia on them, no names on them and anything. But they were American guys talking. He knew that they could recognize they were American military guys, And when the scientists kept trying to insist upon going in and setting up their equipment, they began to get beaten up by these guys and breaking their equipment and broke their cameras and scared the crap out of them.
On Skinwalker Ranch?
Yes, yeah, and I was right there, like within 2 days of when this happened, of them beating up the scientists and stuff, and so originally he was so upset that Bigelow wanted to sue them and wanted John to bring his lawyer out to do something about this, but by the time we got there, just a couple of days later, he just was not going to do anything.
Okay, now that would have been a hell of a lawsuit, right? That would have been a juicy case. suing the government over a cover up involving Bigfoot in a portal. I would like to see that play out in a court of law. Yeah, if Danny Sheehan could have been the lawyer. That would have been a hell of a case, guys. That would have been a hell of a case. A really amazing story, and I believe Danny, and I believe this is likely an incident that happened, and that's the sort of thing that does occur with this Yeti Bigfoot type being seeming to emerge from a portal. And of course, the government covering it up. And with the government coming in and smashing stuff and beating people up, that might give credence to John Brandenburg's story of possessing a UFO, if I'm understanding his tweet correctly, and the government coming in and taking it. Speaking of Bigfoot, this is probably my favorite picture of Bigfoot. Probably not a real photo, maybe a real photo, I don't know. But it's kind of how I visualize Bigfoot. Meanwhile, since MJ12 stories are making the rounds lately, Tim Cooper, who received the documents, disowned them. And Mark E-Disclosure is making that point. The MJ12 documents, and I mean all of them, including Psalm 101, are a hoax, Tim Cook said, and those who promote them as reality know this and should know this. So really interesting. Still trying to make sense of the whole MJ12 thing, and I have since I learned about it years ago, as many others have. Are they a hoax? Is it disinformation? If it is disinformation, what is the point of it? Because it's very detailed. It's a very elaborate set of disinformation, if that is what it is. I guess the point would be to lead us down false rabbit holes, because clearly it's exposing the control group, right? But it may be exposing the wrong control group, again, to lead us down false rabbit holes. Otherwise, I don't quite know what the point would be if it is a hoax or a piece of disinformation, which it very likely is. But at the same time, what if it's real? I don't know, because I don't know, again, what the point would be, other than simply to waste our time. But if you have an idea, let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, did you know that lemurs practice CE5? Well, they do. Check this out. I don't think they're making contact right there. Yeah, they're probably making some really high vibe contact. Some good CE5 going on. You got the meditation pose. Yeah, that guy's really getting into it. Got to put your head up. Love it. Love it. Meanwhile, check out this great UFO caught by NBC. A local NBC affiliate. Check that out. Yeah, right here in Texas, Fort Worth. Love it. Yeah. I hope you can see that. They're slowing it down now. You can see it go down, and then it makes a turn, and it goes back up. That is really cool. It's interesting how it seems to dim. Right there it dims, but you can clearly see it making the turn and then shooting back up. Just a really great capture by a local news station. Obviously totally accidental, but great UFO video. Last but not least, Claus shares a really fascinating quote from the book The Hunt for Zero Point by Nick Cook. He took a sip from his drink and continued. When the Americans tripped over this mutant strain of nonlinear physics and took it back home with them, they were astute enough to realize that their homegrown scientific talent couldn't handle it, that it was beyond their cultural terms of reference. That's why they recruited so many Germans. The Yazis developed a unique approach to science and engineering quite separate from the rest of the world, because their ideology, unrestrained as it was, supported a wholly different way of doing things. Von Braun's V2s are a case in point, but so was their understanding of physics. The trouble was, when the Americans took it all home with them, they found out too late that it came infected with a virus. You take the science on, you take on aspects of the ideology as well. In the black world I prompted, well, there are different shades of black, of course, but what interests me is that the bit that is truly unaccountable is the part of the system that's been exposed longest to the virus. So in time, it will simply destroy itself. That, at they built upon the Operation Paperclip, according to this version of events, could have infected itself with a negative ideology or a negative understanding of things, some sort of virus, according to this idea, that could end up destroying itself. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's an interesting thought. Let me know what you think about that and everything else covered today in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in an even bigger way, please grab a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below or become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars and I really appreciate you guys' support. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.